Hey guys, I recorded this video before any of the recent events, and I'm just now editing it, so this is definitely my first take. I hope you guys enjoy.
It's actually been a minute since I've done a video, and I need to because I am starting my own business, and it's gonna get intense, and I don't want my page to come by the wayside because this is something that helps me relieve my stress. So sorry for the absence, but life has been coming at me pretty rapid fire. And the reason I feel the need to do this is because recently someone posted on Twitter about something, and I just thought it was odd because a lot of times people will subtweet somebody else, and it was just pretty much saying, like, basically, if I come up missing and you come back with my van, look for me. And it's about Gabby Petito. I think that's how you say her name. And just all other missing people. But let's start with Gabby.
So what I want to do is first establish a timeline and talk about who she is. So she is a YouTuber. She just started her channel, her and her fiance. And the two of them decided to embark on a cross-country journey, traveling throughout the western U.S., going to national state parks. Sounds idyllic, sounds perfect. So they started in June 2021. The entire time, Gabby was keeping up with her family. She was talking to her family. She was in communication with them. Okay, everything's copacetic. It's the perfect setup for a couple's YouTube. It's like van life and all of this. And even if you look at her Instagram, it's just like, it's what you expect. Like, it's giving what people expect out of like that type of couples travel YouTube. And they're 22.
So what I want to do is first establish a timeline and talk about who she is. So she is a YouTuber. She just started her channel, her and her fiance. And the two of them decided to embark on a cross-country journey, traveling throughout the western U.S., going to national state parks. Sounds idyllic, sounds perfect. So they started in June 2021. The entire time, Gabby was keeping up with her family. She was talking to her family. She was in communication with them. Okay, everything's copacetic. It's the perfect setup for a couple's YouTube. It's like van life and all of this. And even if you look at her Instagram, it's just like, it's what you expect. Like, it's giving what people expect out of like that type of couples travel YouTube. And they're 22. They're 22 and 23 years old, respectively. I think she's 22 and he's 23. And so they embark on this journey and they start this channel. And the entire time, Gabby's keeping her family updated and all of this. Well, everything's copacetic until August 12th. And that's where things get a little suspicious. So August 12th, they encountered the police in Utah, and they were engaged in a physical battle, and both said they were in love and they were engaged to be married, and neither one of them wanted to press charges. Now, according to what I've read, and I'm telling you, it's really weird, but according to what I've read of the police, they just pretty much said that they had gotten physical with each other, and the police recommended that they physically stay away from each other for the night. So the boyfriend checked into the hotel, and Gabby pretty much stayed in the van. And at the end of August is when things took a turn. Now, I kind of want to visit the physical altercation thing because this is weird. And maybe it's because I'm black, and I got to say it. I don't understand that there's a physical altercation and nobody gets charged. What's blowing me is that there's a physical altercation between the two of them and nobody gets charged with a crime. And the excuse that the police is saying is like, okay, they said they were in love, they were engaged. Now, to my understanding of most laws, if there is a physical altercation, somebody has to be charged. So that's already weird to me. Now, I gotta say, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I know y'all will be happy to let me know if I'm wrong, but I have never really witnessed that, where the police get called and don't nobody get no charges pressed or don't nobody get called. But they were told to separate for the night. And they were traveling together in a van. So that's already like, you know, where you gonna go? Because that's pretty much your hotel. Where you gonna go? I mean, you would have to stay at a local hotel and then you would have to get back together in the van. That's already a dicey setup. So y'all, okay. So they are already in a situation where they living out of this van, and they had a physical altercation. This is about mid-August, about August 12th. Yeah, at the end of August, her parents stopped hearing from her, so they're already concerned. And on September 1st, the boyfriend returns without her. And again, this is where it gets weird, and could be because I'm black, but I have never known a person to be able to do this, where he came back, wouldn't answer police questions, lawyered up, nobody pulled him in for questioning, nothing. It just said he lawyered up, and that was it. Now, it could be the presence of a lawyer that makes it more difficult. Okay, so let me break down the last time her parents heard from her. So the thing is, they believe some text messages were text to them from someone who wasn't Gabby, because the first time they talked to her, she was leaving Utah, and it was at like the 23rd of August, roughly. On the 24th, roughly, they believe she was still in Wyoming, where she told them she was going to be. And then they got a series of, she FaceTimed her mother on the 24th. So we know she was alive on August 24th, because you can't fake a FaceTime. You can fake a text. You can't fake a FaceTime. So she FaceTimed her mother on like August 24th. And then the other weird part is that they received other text messages from her when they still believed she was in Wyoming. But on the 30th, on the 30th or the 31st, they received a text message that said no service in Yosemite. They don't think she sent that text message. One thing about a mama, maybe not dad so much, but a mama can sense when something's not right with her child. And they also know how your texting voice. I can send a text message to somebody that I know, that I have a good relationship with, and then I can have my sister text message somebody from me, and they will know that that's not from me because of how I text message. Just simply the way I communicate. This is her mom. You know her mom know. So they already suspicious from the gate. And then he come back on the 1st of September without her. They're panicking, as they should, because this man left with her and didn't come back with her, and now he ain't talking to nobody. He lawyering up. They like, dang, Gucci, y'all engaged, you can't give us no information. Y'all, he lawyered up immediately and would not talk to the police. So today, or recently, police believe that they have found her remains in Wyoming, which fits the timeline in which her parents last spoke to her and thought she was alive. The reason that it was important for me to jump on here, because I haven't really been doing true crime, I wanted to jump on here because there's some things that I need everybody to communicate to their family. Whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you're young or old, you need to communicate your movement patterns. So what I mean by that is, if it's like you to just be like, I'm staying in Wyoming till you get your stuff together, let people know that. But if you know it ain't like you to just disappear like that, let your people know. Let people know how you move, so that they will know this is not like Shell to just come up missing like this. Because I'm not going to just disappear. Or you're going to hear my mouth. You're going to know why I'm leaving. Like, you're going to hear this mouth. I'm going to speak. I'm going to be like, okay, look, I'm not feeling this relationship. Mama, can you come get me? Y'all come get me because he acting crazy. He didn't hit me. I'm going to say something. I'm going to step. I'm not going to just disappear. Like, it's not my patterns. But for some people, it is. And when she was missing, I feared for the worst, because her mama knew what was up, you know. And I always, when cases like this happen, I always look at the person that's closest to the missing person, because they're not going to just report this person missing if they truly believe that it's a possibility that they could still be out there alive. her mama was, her mama knew what's up. And I don't know if this case is gaining attention because she's a young Caucasian woman, which happens a lot in America. When someone Caucasian comes up missing, it's more of a, it's documented that there is more attention that goes to cases like that when they're young African-American people who have come up missing with similar circumstances and they haven't gained nearly as much traction. But I think also a part of this is social media, because people on social media are going crazy trying to figure out this case. And I think that helps when you gain media attention, because now the police feel the pressure to do something about it like it's a high-profile case. And I hope, because I don't care what race she is, she deserves justice. She deserves to be treated with respect. I hope that he didn't do something to her, but I really think he did. And I think if a man will hit you, he'll kill you. And as a survivor of domestic violence, it was a lot of times where things got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to die. And if I did, my parents and my family would have known, because they knew the situations. At least those closest to me, like her mother, my mother would have known, just like her mother knew. And I think it's important for us as people to not get caught up in the sensationalism of these stories and remember that these are someone's children. Both of them are. And even though I hate that he did what he did, how he came back and didn't communicate anything, we still have no evidence that he did it. What I personally think, based off of watching a ton of crime shows, hearing so many cases, is that he did it. And like I said, if a man will hit you, he'll kill you. And it's just that. It's just that simple. And people can say, oh, well, he could have been, violent, but he changed and he's not necessarily a killer because he did it. That's a possibility that somebody who cares enough to look into that can do. But I do think that he has something to do with it. And at the very, very, very least, he knows what happened to her. And the outcode thing is that he's not telling her parents anything. They begging him for closure. They just want to know what happened to their daughter. And unfortunately, they're probably not going to get that. He's probably going to deny, even if he did have something to do with it. So it's a very sad case. And what I want to do, because there's so many missing people, I read in one article that there's about 90,000 unsolved cases. I want to link some of that article to this video so that people can see. And of course, if you have any information that may lead to the discovery of these people, contact your local authorities. But yeah, this is quite the case, because I believe that it's going to open up a can of worms to find out other people and find out what may have happened to them. And I think that this might have been a crime of passion more so than a planned, calculated event. I think that there are a lot of factors that we are unaware of at play here, but if something don't seem right, it's not right. If a person don't seem to be the type of person to come up missing, and they come up missing, look for them. So that's all for today. I'll come with more